All right, there's a lot of brands when it comes down to gaming peripherals and just normal things that people will buy for gaming. And there are some brands that are cheaper, and there's some brands that are more high end. Generally, when we're going high end, you think Logitech, Corsair, Razer. When you think budget, you don't think Razer too much. This is their Razer Basilisk X Hyperspeed. It's a hyperspeed mouse that runs off a battery and is quite cheaper. I can't wait. So full disclosure, I have already opened this and messed around with it a little bit before going into this, just because I needed it to. So, like most peripherals you buy, stickers, Razer always puts a little transparent note, and then a setup guide. It does come with a battery. The battery, if my memory serves, is Duracell and Energizer Max. Sorry, wrong. But you pop off the little part here, shows you where to put the battery, and also your 2.4 gig transmitter, because I'm not using Bluetooth, because I don't trust that. Already learned that when you plug this in, it instantly downloads the Razer download software and then forces you more or less to download Synapse to use the mouse and then have it updated. So we're just going to turn this on to 2.4. We're going to plug this puppy in. And we're going to get testing. So part of this is we have to restart my computer because of the whole downloading thing. So we will start that in a second. But first, I got to show you this. It automatically does this. I don't know how I feel about this quite yet. That's a lie. I know how I feel about this. So it tells you all the software you're capable of downloading. It does instantly select Synapse. So we're just going to download Synapse just so that we can. There are other softwares you can download if you need to or want to, but we're just going to install Synapse, which is the main core Razer software that does most of the work when it comes down to Razer peripherals or gear in general. Alrighty, so this is going to be the Razer Basilisk X Hyperspeed. I swear to you, I read Harry Potter and I did not have this much problem pronouncing the name when I read it there. It's actually really, really good. Surface is pretty darn good for moving. It's got some movement to it. It's not heavy by any means. It's quite lighter than my current main peripheral, the Asus Spatha X. It's nowhere near as heavy as this. It's also like half the size. So, I mean, that's kind of a good thing. It is a really similar design as the Logitech G502, if I'm remembering correctly. If I'm wrong, I will definitely leave a little note right here to fix that. But honestly, this mouse is pretty good when it comes to movement. If you were to try and do some trick shots, it's definitely going to move pretty easily. You can get little grip tapes for helping keep grip on the hand and on the bottom to make it not as smooth at moving if you want to get more of a stopping force to it. I think it was like an additional $10, but again, I'll leave a link down below for both this and the tape in case you want those. But let's now hear what the mouse sounds like. So. So it's not the quietest of mice that you could get. The Spatha X that I currently have my tactile switches in, nowhere near as loud. Quite softer. By the way, if anybody knows of any switches I could put in those, I am looking at getting a little bit more customized switches for that. So leave a comment down below if you guys have any suggestions. Again, like I said earlier, there is a little compartment right here for the dongle and a battery. I had to change the battery I have in this now with one I have my own because I killed it, because this has been actually 2 days since I got this and I've been using it since then to get a little more used to it. It is basically engulfed by my hand, while compared to the Spatha X, you can still pretty much see it. My hand's not small, it's pretty darn big. I would say pretty good mouse for $30. But let's go back to the normal view before finishing this full video review. Alrighty, so my final say on this mouse, really, really good. However, let's talk about the software. First off, it downloaded itself just automatically as soon as I plugged in the Razer dongle, which is a little offsetting to me. I am told this is normal for a good portion of Razer products. However, it's just not how I would prefer my products to react. So that is a preference thing to me. So I can control which button does what. This is the standard layout. I can customize it if I would choose to. To get into the DPI settings to change how fast it goes, you have to go to the left, press that little button, go to cycle up sensitivity stages, and then configure. And this is how you change DPI settings. Now, there is the physical button. However, you can't customize this without going through all that. And you can change how many stages of DPI there are. Max is 5, that's normal. You can also change the polling rate right here. It's already maxed out. I mean, Razer already has this pretty much set up to be a good mouse out of the box. You can slightly make it better by changing DPI settings and making it go even faster. I mean, it's a little unnecessary unless you're trying to do trick shots, and that's just not how I am. 1800's perfect for me. Battery lasts for a long time. I mean, it's partially because there's no RGB on this, and the only LED on here is on the DPI button. But it lasts 3-4 days at the very least on how much I use my computer. Overall, I would say the Razer Basilisk X Hyperspeed, great starting mouse for most gamers. Razer needs to not be forcing people to download their software. And $30 shows that a lot of mice have copied the Logitech G502 and have honestly shown that the shape and size of the 502 is just spectacular. It honestly is one of the best mice you can get on the market. And it's shown by almost every other brand making a similar mouse to it. So guys, what do you think about this mouse? Do you think that Razer outdid themselves on the budget side, or do you guys think it's a little interesting on how far some mice have come and how very little some companies have come with in terms of how the software gets onto your computer? But also don't forget to like the video if you like the video and subscribe to the channel. Also don't forget, I have my merch store down below. Get some nice hats, great shirts, great jackets, and even a great hoodie. Desk mats even. I have so much merch there. If you guys enjoyed this video, go check out the video on the HyperX Pulsefire Surge. That was another great budget mouse. And while that one had a wire, it was beautiful on how it worked with and without the software. But again, thank you guys for tuning in and have a good day.